my Ascension Tribe, Happy New Year. Are you ready to talk New Year's resolutions? First, I want to remind you there's a little red button right there at the bottom. It's a really pretty red button, and you can press subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And don't press subscribe if you literally are going to watch this video and never go back to watch any of my other videos. It's fine. If you get content and value from this one, then that's good. If you've been on my page before, you've watched a few of my videos and you know you're going to come back for more, then why not hit subscribe so it's automatically in your inbox and you can get this information as soon as it comes out. You're not waiting going, oh my God, I didn't know she had a new video out. So many people are doing New Year's resolutions. Now, last year I did a webinar and it was called New Year's Resolution Revolution. Why? Because we were ending New Year's resolutions. The average person lasts about 3 weeks when it comes to their New Year's resolution. And the reason is you're trying to set a goal basically for something you feel disappointed in when it comes to your body or your finances or your job. You're really focusing on what it is that you want to change. You're focusing on what you didn't do last year. So let's get rid of the New Year's resolution. No more. I like to make things fun, and I like to make things simple, and I like to make things really work. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something similar that I did on my webinar, which I'm actually gonna link down below for anybody who actually wants to check it out. But in the webinar, I had people do a series of things, and then we did some healing at the end of the webinar. And what's interesting is a woman wrote me a couple weeks later and said that she took the webinar. It was the first one she ever did with me, first healing she ever had with me. And she wrote down that she wanted to stop smoking after 35 years of smoking, and she had never picked up a cigarette again after that. And I checked in on her a few months later and she still wasn't smoking. So it's really powerful when you focus your intention on something that feels good and something you really want, as opposed to something you feel like you failed the year before. So we're not going to go with resolutions, we're going to go with goals. So the first tip that I have for you is to sit down and write down what you accomplished in 2016. So many times we get caught up in what we didn't do. So what I would do is I would look at, okay, I wanted to learn Spanish. I was going to take 12 courses and learn Spanish in 6 months, but I only did 1 course. So I'd write down as a success, I got started in learning Spanish. I took the first step and took a course. So instead of seeing it as a failure, it's actually a really big success. So this year I might write down I take another class, or I finish the whole entire class, whatever it is that I feel like I want to accomplish and actually get done. Now, the other things that you can look at is what you want to focus on, what you would like to accomplish as far as getting better with your health, or something you want to try like skydiving, things like that are a lot of fun, things that you really want to accomplish. And the whole reason that you want to write down a goal is because it gives you a focus point. And when you focus, then it's easier to actually accomplish what your goals actually are. It was statistically shown that if you write down your goals, people are 80% more likely to get their goals accomplished. So this is a big deal. Learning how to write the goal, how to word that goal is something positive. When you write down your goals, if you piggyback on something you're already successful at or have already done, and you just kind of want to further it, it's going to be a lot easier for you to accomplish. And writing down goals that, again, make you feel good, not because you feel like you're not good enough, not because you feel like you don't look good enough or you're lacking in something, but something that truly makes you feel good. So, for instance, if somebody wanted to write down, I want to make more money and I want to meet these financial goals, it could be something that you feel so desperate in getting finances, or you want to prove your worth to somebody, and that's why you want to have a better job that pays more. So how do you change that? When you write down your goal, what you're going to want to do is just simply put, I live my passions every day and I get paid for it. I get paid to live my passion. Or I find a job that speaks to me, that helps me figure out who I am in the world. Or maybe your goal is to figure out how you can serve humanity right here and right now. A lot of times what happens is when you write down a goal and you have something specific that you want to do in mind, something completely different happens. So let's say you really want to exercise and get on an exercise routine for the whole entire year. Well, you stop going to the gym after 3 weeks. But let's say you took up bird watching and you have to go hiking every week to do the bird watching with this group. Well, all of a sudden you have a new exercise plan that wasn't expected by doing something that you love. So a lot of times you're not going to accomplish necessarily what's right on paper, but you might get something better than that, something that brings more joy, something that brings more happiness from the inside out. So this is the best possible way to actually start off your New Year's. This is a great way to focus on it all year long without feeling disappointed or feeling like you're spreading yourself too thin with too many goals. You don't feel as if you can't accomplish this because you're starting out too big. It's like, hey, I'm gonna have fun next year and that's gonna help me accomplish my goals. Then when you sit down to write your successes at the end of next year, you're going to find that instead of writing down 5, you'll have like 10 or 15, and you'll realize how successful you are because you even hit goals you didn't write down. Just everything seems to be like it's a success. It feels good. I want to come from a place of winner, a place of success instead of a place of failure trying to get to success. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Don't do more than 3 goals so you don't feel overwhelmed. When those 3 goals are met and hit, you can then go on to another 3 goals. And that's what really builds that momentum for the end of next year when you're writing down, oh my God, I hit 9 different goals or I hit 20 different goals. I remember the first time I ever did anything like this when I was 21, I had 21 things on my list and I actually hit every single one of them. And I wasn't even expecting to do it. It was just kind of like this little bucket list, wish list. And so I've learned to really perfect my list ever since then and make it easier if I do plan on focusing on it. If you don't plan on focusing on it right away, you can do 21 and just have a bucket list of things that you plan on marking off over the years. And here's a really big mental tip. If you're looking at your lifetime, let's say the average person lives to be about 80 years old, and you're looking at trying to fill in all these goals and to perfect your life in one day. Think of 1 year as 1 day, 80 years as 80 days. You're trying to fit it all in 1 day. Would that really make sense to you? Probably not. You would want to give yourself a day or 2, maybe 3 days. So think of that as giving yourself a year, 2 years, or maybe 3 years to kind of accomplish the big things that you really want to accomplish. Life is not a race, it's an experience. So I want you to savor the experience. I want you to savor perfecting, getting to that space of being able to accomplish goals and seeing how long it took you to accomplish goals and what kind of goals you accomplished, and not just big ones, but any ones that make you feel good and proud of what you're doing on planet Earth. All right, I hope this video helped you like always, and if you do, make sure you like and you share with anybody else who might be able to use this information. Don't forget, if you feel like you like my content and it really does help you, then go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you next week in 2017. Thank you for watching.